If I were a rhythm, I would be...
It's phrasing and pauses and silence, you know, it's like right? For all you tap dancers out there.
Jazz is isolated, it's sharp, it's so musically driven, it's rhythmically connected, and I think that connecting rhythmically to your body is just another way to connect to the uniqueness of being human.
Although a lot of this is really sharp and clear and precise, I want you to feel that kind of groove that's in the bass. So
I think that jazz is not afraid to be entertaining and artistic at the same time.
That was Erinn Liebhard, co-artistic director of Rhythmically Speaking, Minnesota's premier dance organization dedicated solely to jazz and rhythm-based dance choreographers.
That can carry through even in the parts where you don't...
While the group does produce cutting-edge jazz and rhythm-based dance showcases each year, Rhythmically Speaking is not a dance company. Their larger focus is on steering the direction of jazz as it develops as a dance form.
Take me through some of the moves that you would put into a jazz piece. What kinds of movements are you going to see? What kinds of rhythms are you going to see?
I think, to be honest, I think that's what I'm trying to get away from, is this idea that jazz dance can be defined by a shape or be defined by a rhythmic pattern. And maybe in a classical sense or in Broadway or certain things, there are certainly things that you could look at and go jazz. You know, it's about the way your body's isolated. It's about resistance and contraction. But I think that, like those things I just named, resistance, isolation, and contraction can be formed so many ways in your body. You know, you might understand jazz with a cocked in knee and a hand up on a hat. You know, someone might go, oh, that's jazzy. But what if I distorted that a little bit? You know, what if I tipped my torso down and picked my chest out? And, you know, I think that those pieces, isolation, resistance, and contraction, are pieces of the puzzle.
I want you to give me a little dance number while we're in here.
Rhythmically Speaking seeks to fill a void in the community as a social network for jazz choreographers and dancers, where they can come together and have a conversation about jazz.
What jazz offers a dancer and someone who views dance is the vernacular perspective. You know, dance made by people, dance that comes out of people going out and interacting with each other socially. I've been realizing more and more throughout my artistic experiences that one of my favorite things about being an artist is meeting people and connecting them.
And Rhythmically Speaking does work to connect people with their social dance meetups throughout the year, their discussion forums on a wide range of dance topics, and their community dance calendar on their website that helps people find different rhythmic dance classes around the metro area. But while Rhythmically Speaking does seek to bolster the dance community, they also make it a goal to connect with people who aren't necessarily dancers or dance aficionados. Rhythmically Speaking choreographer Jennifer Glaus described one of the ways that Erinn and her co-artistic director Heather Westerlund have used innovative techniques to connect with their audiences during their annual showcase.
Erinn and Heather decided to have video vignettes, kind of this backstage studio conversation with the different choreographers were projected in between each piece. And I think having casual conversation with audience members, you know, they can kind of grab onto something that they are familiar with. So I think there's a play on common vocabulary, accessibility, but then also integrity of the work.
Hip-hop artists, jazz music lovers, people like that share a love for those sensibilities that come out of jazz. I think our goal is to cultivate relationships between people who know that they like it already and to help people who aren't sure discover that they like jazz, to find out that knowing about jazz can bring them places that they might not have gone before.
Special thanks to Aleutian Calabay for his audio contributions. For KFAI Radio, Minneapolis, I'm Michelle Alimoradi.